There we go.
Hey, hi. Hey. We're on mini-sode, micro mini 29.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Happy Halloween.
Happy, well, Day of the Dead.
And the Day of the Dead.
So.
And Halloween, I'm not a Playboy bunny. I am a kitty cat.
But she's beautiful. Yes.
Anyway, Day of the Dead. Cheryl-Ann explained it in our episode on episode 29. So cool. The whole concept of it. Oh, which is really ties in today with our topic, though, because of being sentimental with people and communication and why it's important and our intention. All those things kind of tie in. And Cheryl-Ann and I are good communicators. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why we get along so well.
I think so.
Even on the hard times. But we text. And, we don't have to text always or talk always. But when we do, we clarify. You know, those are things that are important to us. And we're sentimental. And which one do we want to talk about first? I am sentimental. Okay, so I could be sentimental with my friends, especially because they're like our extended family. They're like our chosen family. They're like our soul sisters or soul brothers or whatever you want to call it. You know, like I wanted to blurt out the other day. I saw one of my old friends, and she was with her new friend, and I wanted to say, hey, soul sisters, but I didn't want to freak out the lady because I was like, she's going to think I'm a weirdo. Anyway, this is Coffee in a Podcast, and I need a sip of coffee. So, cheers to you, sentimental friend. I got to have a sip. Nice coffee clanging around.
There you go. Hey, coffee iced hot. Either way it works.
I love it iced. Anyway,
yes.
So, anyway, I'm very sentimental. I had, it's weird. I got called for jury duty.
Oh, yeah.
And I called this number, and I haven't talked to a friend in 14 years, and she answered the phone because she works the King County Court System.
Oh, wow.
And I said her name, blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't believe I recognized her voice 14 years later. Wow. And now we've reconnected, and I can't wait to see her and talk to her. Yeah, and thank God I didn't get selected because I was not, I did not want to do jury duty. I know a lot of people think it's their duty, and it is, but I just, sitting in judgment.
Sometimes it's just a timing, and
I don't
there's
like
other
sitting
things.
in judgment with people. I mean, some people are good at it and can look at all the, pros and cons or whatever, however they look at it.
Well, it's just a responsibility.
It is.
It's a heavy responsibility.
It is. And I'm just like,
don't want to. Well, it depends on the case. I mean, it's like.
Guilty. No.
Yeah, well. It's
you don't want to pick me.
Yeah, people. Well, no, I just.
They're not guilty.
Yeah, it's just. I
give them all your money.
Exactly.
This is why you don't want me on the jury.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I think one way or the other.
I think you'd be very objective. It's just
fair.
It's fair. It's when it comes down to
I know.
That crosshairs where, and you have the bear the responsibility of either side is not going to win.
Right.
So it's
really
tight. It's tough. I'm right there with you.
So anyway, we're on micro mini 29, and I already told you what we're doing today. But talking about being sentimental, I'm very sentimental, like with you, with my other friends, sometimes family, some family, not all family. Because we get to choose our friends.
Exactly.
And that means a lot.
Exactly. They talk about that. You don't get to choose your family.
You don't.
But you get to choose your friends and who's around and supports you.
Not that we're not anti-family. We love our family. I love my family, but
if you don't mesh well with that, if there's somebody that you're always in an argument with, or they're bank robbers and you just don't align with that. So
your values are not
aligning.
Yeah, you can bow out gracefully.
Exactly.
Yeah, I try to bow out gracefully if we're not aligned.
Yeah,
and
they're just not your homie.
Anyway, we're sentimental, and I've been running into all these old friends, and I saw that, I saw a guy I knew 35 years ago, and I'm like, I'm still smiling.
Exactly.
And then my friend of 14 years, it's like, what's going
coming
on?
out of the woodwork?
I know. Where are they coming? Why are they all popping up now? And it's really cool.
Just maybe it's time in your life that they're coming
Yeah,
back.
true.
Yeah.
Circle back.
Circle back.
I love it.
That's awesome.
And so communication, Charlene and I were talking about this morning, and it's so important. As real estate agents and as a massage therapist that I am as well, licensed, I feel like communication is important. And I feel like it's important in my personal relationships.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, trust me, there are times when I might avoid a topic, and that's fine too. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But communication, like day to day, like in today's modern world, we're like, you know, but I do have a quote here about that though, before we get into that about communication, because this is important. Because it says sometimes people need their space. They're not cutting you off. They just need time to breathe and take care of themselves. That has nothing to do with you. And of course, I cannot read that small print. It's like I need a magnifying glass.
We have one.
But anyway, so sometimes people just need a break.
It's like Dalme.
Love to give him credit, but his name is too bloody small. Dalme. We're just going to call him that.
There we go.
And, you know, so, because we were talking about, like, I mean, sometimes we're not available to text back right away, and that's most of the modern, or I have found friends that I have in certain areas drop out, and they have, like, they don't see my text for a couple of days, and I'm like, why haven't they frickin' text me back? I need to know this information, you know, like, are we meeting here? Are we meeting there? Or they're not responsive. Generally, I'm pretty responsive.
I'm generally pretty responsive,
you know, because
too,
it's
unless
like,
I'm just really not feeling good.
Right, sure.
I don't respond, but I think it's the way I personally, with me, kind of like the way we're raised. Yeah. So it's like if someone reaches out to you, you want to get back to them, you know, right away. You want to respond. It's a form of respect, but the way it tends to be perceived by me, I guess I can only say by me, my perception is that a lot of people, like, because I have some family members that don't text back right away, and so to them, they're like, oh, I got it, you know, I'm just busy. What?
How long are we talking?
How long are we talking? Oh, I'll sometimes a lot of times my other side won't text at all, and I'm like, hello, crickets, like I'm ghosted. But it's
that annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah, it's just,
I will eventually say to my mate, I will say, hey, it's a matter of respect for me. Just you know, let me know you're alive. You're not dead. I mean,
exactly.
You know, I don't care what you're up to. Just let me know, because it's a matter for me. It's a matter of respect and communication, and maybe
that's the way I see it too. But the other person was like, oh, I'm just busy.
Yeah.
I'm up and I'm not important enough to respond to the text. What?
That brings us to our second quote about this. Yeah. People can tell you anything, but a vibe tells you everything.
Well, and that's what I've told that person.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
like, hello. And they're like, oh, that's not what I meant at all. I didn't mean that at all. I just got busy and forgot. And
and that's understandable.
You know,
I mean, we all get busy.
Yeah.
But in our professional lives, it's especially important that we get back to clients right away. Like,
absolutely.
And as soon as you can. But especially our friends too that are waiting, they're left hanging. Yeah. You know, you can't, I mean, that's the most annoying thing to me when you're trying to make plans and they leave you hanging.
Oh, that's a
like,
whole different.
Could you get back to me?
I gotta plan my life. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got things to do too.
Well, I have a friend that she sends me quotes all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, which?
Oh, I was just looking at your phone over there.
Oh,
is that our receiver? I'm learning all this new stuff today.
Oh, this is the receiver for that. There you go. Yeah,
I learned something new today.
I know.
I did not know that.
I have a friend that she sends me quotes all the time.
Yeah.
And there will be, because she does know I'm busy,
right,
and everything.
And you are. You're so.
And I try to. I mean, like.
Yeah.
I've been so much more consonant. You know, like consonant. What's the word?
Consistent.
Consistent, yeah, that's a good word, of responding right away, because it's like you're driving and I'm not going to respond while I'm driving.
Charlene does drive.
And then I will tell people like, oh, sorry, I was driving, or
you're working.
Sorry, I saw it. Sorry for the delay, you know. But do try to get them the same day. Like if it's a friend, the client is totally different. But I mean,
pull over.
Yeah. But no, my friends know that. So it's
you're right. No, it's a good point.
But
I mean, so just communication. It's our intention. It's our, you know, like it drives my husband crazy because I'll be like, could you clarify that with that person? I heard what your answer was, but like for me, I need clarification. Like when I have a client who books an appointment with me, I'm like, okay, and I repeat back the date, the time, and the day. Yeah. And I repeat it back maybe twice because it's like, because sometimes in people's heads, they could have like November 10th and they really meant the 20th, you know, so I just say it back a couple times.
Yeah, because sometimes I have it in my head and I thought that's what I said, and then I said the 19th, and I'm like, I said the 19th? Yeah, I could have sworn in my head I said the 20th.
Yeah. So communication, I think, and clarification, especially for me, is important because, you know, and then for all my sentimental people out there, you know, like, it's tough. It's tough being a sentimental person because we like to see the good in the people we love and care about. And if it's not that they don't feel the same, it's just that people don't have the same capacity, perhaps, to maybe that's not their love language, as you would say, or their communication style.
Correct.
You know, and I do my best not to come off too strong. As when I was younger, it'd be like, I'm all in. Now it's like, okay, I can be a little more reserved. It's a little hard for me.
Yeah.
Because
when I get excited,
happy.
I get overwhelming. And so I've really worked on, like, you know, because I've had people like I've talked with, and they're like, whoa, you got to back off. And I like,
love
what?
her energy. She could talk to me about anything.
No,
I love her. And Sherilyn has great energy, and I don't know.
I try.
Yeah.
Liquid sunshine.
Yeah, liquid sunshine. Liquid sunshine.
No, I feed off people too. Yeah, so like when her energy's, you know, she's always up in there. Then of course, I'll be the same. Or like when I'm talking to Chu, you know, it's so great because then she's like, oh, thank you. I needed that. Sometimes she'll just call up because she goes, I know that you'll move my mood.
Oh,
you know?
Wow, that's
I just move my mood. I like that. Move my mood.
Oh, move my mood.
Move my mood.
We got a new song.
We got some new merch coming. Move my mood. Move my mood. Don't take that, people.
Yeah, but they could move it in a bad way.
In a bad way, yeah.
Instead of make my day, it's
exactly.
move my mood. Move my mood.
But it is great. Or like the same thing with Heather when I'm talking to Heather, you know, and I'm talking to and I know they'll be all okay if I mention them in the podcast.
It's true.
So if I talk to any of those three, or Lourdes, or you know, my other friend, I just keep playing pictures with her today because she got these really sexy little nylons on. So they're really
it's the night sky.
Those
are the mountains.
Yeah,
that's the night sky.
I totally got that when I saw that. Oh yeah, totally saw that.
No one's gonna see it today, but sure.
I saw it. But yeah, so those people can move your mood, and so that's all about communication and all about, you know, like you were talking about bonding with the people that move your mood in the right direction, because you don't want to be with those relatives or those friends that move you in the opposite direction.
Right. That's true. So we have choices.
And
and a lot of people think we don't have choices.
You have choices.
We do have choices.
I was telling that to my son. I will rat him out. I said, you have the choice.
Yes, we do.
To be in that mood.
Yep.
Whether, you know, wherever you think it comes from, you are the one that has the choice.
And you know what? That's not to say that Sherilyn and I don't get in funks, because we do.
We do.
And we usually, if we're talking to each other as friends or even partners, we can usually talk each other out of it because we see the positive. Sometimes it takes us a while. It's not like we're not Pollyannas on all the time. It can come off like that because we are pretty cheerful and always happy to help someone.
Absolutely. But sometimes when you're like, if you're tired or you're like coming out of a migraine or something like that, sometimes when things are spoken, it just comes, you know, you didn't process it that way, and then you need to step back and maybe a day rethink things and then go, oh,
and you know what? Cheryl
I think
Ann's
it
good
was
at that.
meant from this direction.
Right.
I took it at that direction.
And Cheryl Ann's great at communicating or saying,
I sometimes
you know what? I have a headache today. I can't talk. Or I don't feel good today. I can't talk. I'm not in a good mood today. And that helps me understand. Well, it's not going to talk.
It's just like, I'm not going to be...
Right. She's like not 100% herself.
Yeah. If anybody's ever had... Like, I don't have a migraine today. Oh, yay.
I can't... I'm so happy. I was worried
so happy.
all the way driving here that you were...
Oh, I know. I get barometric pressure migraines. And so there's times when I'll wake up with a migraine. And then we don't want to postpone our time together because this is the best day that works for both of our schedules.
Right.
Then I'm up, I'm taking the medicine, I'm back to bed, and it's a process that you have to go through.
Right.
And like my mate's like, I don't get it.
Well,
because he's never even had really a
who
headache.
Don't get headaches.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Have never had migraines.
There's a clarity that you lose.
Yeah,
There's a focus that you lose.
I have had them. I'm not to the extent that you've had them, but I do get them. Not the same type of headaches.
You get cranky.
You get cranky and you just don't feel good. But anyway, communication.
So those, that's why I try, like you were saying, I'll be like, hey, you know, I'm in this kind of mood.
100% today.
Yeah, so. Just so she doesn't take
it personal.
Right.
And I don't.
Isn't it great? She just finished my sentence. I love it. Sorry. No. I meant that in a good way. I didn't mean any negative of that.
Sorry.
No, it's perfect. So we pretty much can read each other and know each other.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't have it any other way.
We would love it if you would send us an email at coffeeandapodcast3@gmail.com. The number 3.
Number 3. Don't
You're gonna get a sign.
Oh yeah, I do need. See, my squirrel moment.
Coffee and a podcast at Gmail. No, coffee and a podcast 3@gmail.com.
Exactly.
It's hard for me to remember. Somehow we got stuck with that, and now we have it, so we're making the best of it. But having to say 3 every time really throws me off. Because
it's the way we had
the third generation,
right? Yeah,
we're not. We're the first generation of coffee and a podcast.
Exactly.
But 3.
And we did get our first person that made a comment, which was great about lighting the number, and so. We're working on that, and then we're just working on our tech, working the mics.
We covered that last micro.
I think next time we do our podcast, because I'm ordering the cord, and we'll try the one that.
A fancy mic.
Yeah, one.
I'm gonna talk.
And then
the microphone, because all those podcasters are talking to the mic. I'm like, look at them. Blah 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 blah.
They also have they also have the receivers and all that you're talking about, which means I have to get
so the sound is.
I have to get
so you'll hear us.
The big desktop type of computer.
I have no idea.
Luke, I'm your father.
Sharon, I'm your
mother. Your podcast partner. Exactly. Oh, we have fun here.
Okay.
But there's more ways. But yes, I do have one mic,
we're working
on it. It's a work in progress. Come on, people.
We're working it.
We're working it. No.
Coffee and a podcast. Yeah. 3.
Alrighty. Well, now that we went over our timeline, because we try to keep them at 14 minutes.
Yeah, the micro mini, but that's okay. So we're gonna be talking about being sentimental, which we did. We talked about that, and we talked about communication, your intention, how important it is, because get back to your people. Don't leave them hanging.
Yeah, there's nothing more frustrating.
Because you don't know, maybe they're trying to make their plans, or just respect.
Yeah,
people respect. That's
it's the one thing my old boss that was amazing.
Yeah,
he always talked about perspective, because what your perspective is and what another person's perspective isn't. But you always want. I mean, I would hope everybody would want everybody to have the best perspective.
Right.
So get back to her.
Well, and it's funny. Yeah. I used to have this guy in LA many years ago. He thought it was cute to not say goodbye and just hang up.
What?
And I remember the first time I experienced it, I was like, what? Did he just hang up? He didn't say goodbye? He was my boyfriend's friend, but it just annoyed the crap out of me. It was like, that was his shtick, like he thought that was funny and like cool. And I was like, I don't think it's cool. And I was a young girl.
I'd be the first one to hang back up on him
young woman. I was a very young woman. Yeah, and I was like, how could you not even say okay, bye, or end that with a salutation, or?
Oh my gosh, there was a hummingbird that just came here.
Oh,
Oh,
For real? Or
yeah,
no?
for real. Oh my gosh, that's so, I'm
Is
gonna
that
cry.
reverse hummingbird?
Because that
Oh.
just makes me cry. Because like sentimental, like mom or dad or
super sentimental.
coming to
my
visit
God,
us.
I love it.
But,
Hello,
yeah.
visitor.
Yeah, hi, bye. I thought it was so amazing.
That's nice. Anyway, yeah. So be polite to people.
Yeah, exactly. And
Well,
then
we hope you are. I mean, you don't have to be. You can be as rude as But
exactly. But it's life's
we
short.
like it.
And moments are,
Yeah.
counted. So you want to make sure that you're making.
So
the
if
best
you're
of them.
talking to me, be polite. No.
Well,
say goodbye.
Exactly.
hello.
But it's kind of funny because there are cultures that they don't do that.
Really? They
Yeah,
don't?
there's cultures that don't say
They
goodbye. They just
don't?
they say what they want to say.
Oh
Because my mate used to be like that too.
Oh,
So then I'm like, and now he'll.
I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't
he'll
do
just
it.
like da-da-da.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that. That doesn't work for me. It's like
So-
I want to strangle those
I
people.
know.
Yeah.
So I just try to
Anyway,
think the best and go, okay, you really.
gotta work on your skills.
Well, I just
here.
think, you really didn't mean to be a jerk about it, but.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
So there are some like that. Anyway,
back to being positive. Be kind to each other, even if the other person is a yerk.
and yes, exactly, and be good. And we will catch you on what's the next episode going to be? Number 30.
Oh my God! Yes, you're going to be presenting 30.
I don't know.
We are cruising along.
Yes, we're just getting into a rhythm.
Yep.
So
there we go.
Alrighty, so be good to each other.
Be kind.
And until next time, ciao.